Salvete omnes. This is Abbey Latin Liber Primus, chapter 5. This is exercise C of chapter 5, parsing Latin to English. So parsing is finding the parts, dissecting each word of the sentence as you come across it. So to read, start at the left with the first word, read each word one at a time, heading towards the right. Parse each word as you encounter them. When you parse a Latin noun, you are to give the dictionary entry of that noun, and the case, number, and reason, the case and number in the sentence, the reason is derived from the noun's case. So if you have a nominative noun, you're probably going to have a subject. When parsing a Latin verb, you are to give the dictionary entry of that verb. That means the principal parts of the verb, and then the person, the number, and the tense of that verb in sentence. And then we translate. Number 1. Multi amici tui sunt in agricolarum agris. Multi amici tui sunt in agricolarum agris. So start at the left with the first word, read each word one at a time towards the right until you stop. So let's parse. Multi. Multi, that comes from multus aon. It's an adjective meaning much or many. So just from that ending, multi, it could be genitive singular, the genitive has now entered the game, showing possession, or it could be nominative plural, and if it's nominative plural, it could be the subject or predicate nominative. Now, no Roman alive, if we just had this word by itself, multi, no Roman alive or dead could tell us whether it's genitive or nominative, just by looking at multi. A Roman would say, well, it could be genitive or nominative, and if you finish the sentence and get to the end, I can tell you which one it is. And that's what you have to do. You, as you read, you have to learn to keep all your options open, to know that multi could be either genitive or nominative. You have to think or feel that either option could be right. You can have suspicions about which one you think is more right than the other one. And by the time you get to the period at the end, hopefully you can go back and make up your mind as to which one is correct. So we have many something, of many something. It could be any, it could be masculine or neuter. Amici. Amici, that comes from amicus e masculine, meaning friend. It also could be genitive singular showing possession, or a nominative plural showing subject or predicate nominative. Then we have tui from tuus aon, meaning yours in the singular or thy. It could also be genitive singular showing possession or nominative plural showing the subject or predicate nominative. Wow, I mean, all of this could mean your many friends, many of your friends, or it could be of your many friends. Let's find out. Sunt from sum esse fui futurus. It is the third person plural present linking verb. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is the subject, because we haven't got something that's a surefire nominative subject, but these could be nominative. Let's move on. In, the preposition in, if it takes the accusative, will show motion. If in takes the ablative, it will show location. Moving on. Agricolarum. Well, that's not ablative at all, so I guess we'll keep moving on. But agricolarum is agricola masculine, means farmer, and it must be genitive plural, showing possession. So if you have a preposition and then a possession in the genitive, it's probably going to possess the next noun. Ager, agri masculine, field or farmland. This is going to be either dative or ablative. I'm going to tell you that it's ablative. It's ablative and plural, going with the preposition in. We are in plus the ablative of location in the fields. But the fields belong to the genitive of possession, farmers, plural farmers, in the fields of the farmers, in the farmers, S apostrophe, fields. So let's go back. Multi amici tui. All right, let's cross out genitive. This is definitely going to be the nominative and circle subject. So our sentence is, your many friends, or we could say, many of your friends are in the farmer's fields. All right, optime. Moving on. Sententia secunda. Secunda, number 2. The second sentence. Ex Africae terris viri et feminae multa dona ad deam altam portant. These sentences are starting to be something else. All right, ex takes the ablative showing separation. It means out of. Africae, from Africae feminine, could be genitive singular showing possession, or can't be nominative plural because there's only one Africa. There's no plural of Africa. It could also be dative, but you don't know what the dative does yet, so it's not going to be dative. It's going to be genitive. The genitive singular of Africa is Africae, and that's showing possession. It's probably going to possess the next noun. Hopefully the next noun is ablative to go with the preposition ex. Terris. Oh, whew, what a relief. It is ablative. So terrae, feminine, earth or land. Could be dative. It's not dative. Could be ablative. It's ablative. So ablative with the preposition ex. Out of the lands of Africa. Out of Africa's lands. Weary. Weary, from weary, masculine, mean man. That could either be the genitive singular showing possession of the man, or it could be nominative plural, being the subject or predicate nominative. So the men, and the men are doing something, doing the action of the verb. Et. Et is a conjunction. Conjunctions are joiners, linking this word and this word, thing X with and thing Y. Feminae. Feminae, from feminae, feminine, meaning woman. So this could either be the genitive singular, like weary could be genitive singular, so of the man and of the woman. Or, like weary, this could be nominative plural. So the women, so the men and the women, and they would both be the nominative subject doing something, doing the action of the verb. I don't know yet. Let's find out. It's suspenseful. It's awesome. Let's see what happens. Multa. Oh, it's an adjective. Multus aum. Maybe it will agree with a noun. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But multa could be a whole slew of things. Multa could be feminine, at which point it would be singular and it would be nominative. Multa could be neuter. It could be nominative and accusative plural neuter. Really study those adjective paradigm charts, the declension, the forms of adjectives. Really study those and figure out where the endings go. You really have to know your endings well, because you have to be able to hold all these different options in your head at the same time. So multa could be feminine or neuter. It could be nominative, or it could be accusative neuter. It could also be nominative, accusative plural. Let's find out if it has a noun that goes with it. Dona. Dona, from donum e neuter, gift. Well, this could only either be nominative or accusative plural neuter. Could multa agree with that? Yes, multa can be nominative and accusative plural neuter. I'm going to go ahead and assume, which can be dangerous, that the adjective multa goes with dona. So many gifts. The many gifts could be the subject, either doing something, or could be the direct object, receiving the action of the verb. We don't know. A lot of unknowns right now. Odd. Ad, odd, plus the accusative, motion towards. So we're going towards someone or something. Deam, from dea, feminine, goddess, deam. So accusative, probably with odd. So we're going to the goddess, towards the goddess. And this has to be motion towards. So that's something that we know it has to be. Unlike these guys where the options are kind of open. So ad deam, to the goddess, altam, from altus aum. Notice we have the feminine altam, accusative singular feminine, to go with the feminine singular accusative deam, goddess. So altam modifies deam. To, or towards, or moving towards the tall goddess. And then portant, our verb, acting like a period, closing out the sententia, the sentence, the thought. So portant, third person plural present tense of porto, portare, portavi, portatus, to carry. So some plural subject has to be doing the verb. They're doing the verb, carrying some direct object towards, or out of the lands of Africa, towards the tall goddess. So let's go ahead and say that The men and the women are the subject, because they can be. The men and the women, and that fits with the verb. The men and the women are carrying, and multidona can be the direct object, the many gifts. Now, could we say they carry the man and woman's many gifts to the tall goddess? Yeah, sure. The subject could be just they. And viri and feminae could be genitive, modifying multidona and multidona. Multidona can't be the subject, though, because the many gifts can't do the carrying, because they're gifts. So altogether, the sentence, as intended, is men and women are carrying many gifts from the lands of Africa to the tall goddess. But when you parsed it yourself and went through it, if you came up with, they are carrying many gifts of the man and woman, the man and woman's many gifts out of the lands of Africa to the tall goddess, that also works. All right, tertia, sententia tertia. Puer parvus et inimicus, multos ex agris vocat. So puer parvus, puer parvus. Puer, from pueri, masculine boy, nominative singular, probably is the subject. Parvus, small or little. Nominative singular masculine ending probably agrees with the noun puer. So a little boy is going to do something. Et, conjunction, is joining the adjective inimicus with the adjective parvus. Parvus et inimicus. He is small and inimicus, hostile, unfriendly. Inimicus, nominative singular masculine, modifying puer. So a small and unfriendly boy. Multos is doing something to this accusative, plural masculine, multos aum. So who are plural masculine guys? Well, plural masculine, we call those men. Men are plural masculine. We can imply the noun men from this substantive adjective, multos aum. We can say not just many, but many multos men. Or we could even say many people, because masculine gender is used for people in Latin, because Latin's a sexist language. So the small boy, small and hostile, unfriendly boy is doing something to many men, to many people, ex agris, ax plus the ablative of separation of ager, agri, masculine field farmland. So out of the fields, vocat, vocat, third person singular, present tense of voco, vocare, vocavi, vocatus, to call. So he, the subject, vocat, is doing the action of the verb. The small and unfriendly boy is calling many people, many men, ex agris, out of the fields, from the fields. Optime, quarta, sententia quarta. Multos agros latos in insula magna spectatis. Multos, from multos aum, meaning much, plural many. Os ending, accusative, plural masculine, os. So maybe it has a noun that it modifies, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, if it's just multos by itself, then it will be many men, many people, in the direct object, accusative. Agros, hey, agros is modified by multos, so not many men, but many fields. Ager, agri, masculine field, farmland, agros, accusative, plural masculine, probably is the direct object. I don't see a preposition ad, in, or sub. So multos agros, many fields. Something's going to happen to many fields that are latos. Latos aum, wide, broad, like latitude, wide latitude. So this is accusative, plural masculine, os ending, like the others. So multos aum is an adjective of quantity, showing number, how much, quantity, how many. Agros, ager is the noun, and then latos, so latitude, wide, broad. That is an adjective of quality, describing quality or characteristic. So in Latin, adjectives denoting quantity, number, amount, usually come before the noun. Adjectives showing quality, characteristic, they usually come after the noun. It's not always that way, but that typically is how they work. Number adjectives before the noun, quality characteristic describing adjectives after the noun. In, preposition in, meaning in or on if it takes the ablative. It'll mean into or onto if it takes the accusative. Insula, hey, there's the ablative. Ablative of location. Insula, I, feminine, island. So we are on the island. On the island. In was the ablative of location. Magna, from magnus aum, great, large. Think magnify, to make big. Magnanimous, great-hearted. Magna, macron over the second A. That means it's ablative singular and feminine, agreeing with the ablative singular feminine noun insula. So big island, a great island, on a big island. So there are some many wide fields on this big island, and spectatus and tis, y'all see them, ye see them. So tis, second person plural, ye, ost, mus tis und, of specto, spectate, spectavi, spectatus. Ye look at, y'all are looking at, multos, accusative direct object, many wide fields on the great island. Ye see the many wide, broad fields on the great island. Optime, quinta, sententia quinta. Ab agris latis multum frumentum ad villas agricolarum portant. So we are ab agris latis, ab, preposition meaning away from, takes the ablative of separation. Ager, agri, masculine, field, farmland. So this is either the dative or ablative. It's not dative. It's going to be the ablative of separation with the preposition showing separation away from the fields, from the plural fields. Latus aum, an adjective meaning wide or broad, modifies agris, because latis, it could be dative, it's not dative, or ablative. It's going to be ablative, plural, masculine, modifying agris. From the wide fields. We're going away from some wide fields. Multum, from multus aum. This could be a couple things. So it could be either masculine, at which point it'll be accusative and singular, or it could be neuter, which would be nominative or accusative singular neuter. So keep all those options open in your mind. Frumentum, e neuter grain. So neuter noun. If multum goes with frumentum, let's cross out the masculine option, keep the neuter. So this is either frumentum, neuter, nominative, or accusative singular neuter. So could multum. So I'm going to assume, that the adjective multum modifies the noun frumentum. So much grain. Much grain could be doing the action of the verb. It could be the subject because it's nominative, or it could be the direct object. But grain doesn't do too much except kind of just sit there, maybe wave in the wind. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is going to probably be the direct object. I'm willing to change my translation to subject if something comes on down the line, but I'm going to assume it's the direct object. We're going to do something to much grain out of the wide fields. Ad, preposition ad, to, towards, takes the accusative motion towards, like villa, I, feminine, farmhouse. Villas, ad villas, accusative, plural, feminine. So we're going towards the farmhouses. Agricolarum must be genitive, plural, masculine, of agricola, I, masculine. Genitive's use, its reason is possession. So this noun, possessive farmers, S' of the farmers, is possessing the villas. To the farmhouses of the farmers farmhouses. Portant, third plural, present tense of porto, portare, portavi, portatus. They carry. Who's doing the carrying? Well, there's no plural nominative subject. The only nominative that could be here is multum frumentum, and it's singular, and the verb is definitely plural, so the subject must be they. They carry, they are carrying the direct object, much grain, ablative of separation from the wide fields, accusative motion towards, ad villas agricolarum, to the farmhouses of the farmers. To the farmers, S', farmhouses. They are carrying much grain from the wide fields to the farmers' farmhouses. Optime. Sexta. Sententia sexta. Mala sunt multa bella. Mala sunt multa bella. Mala, from malus aum, bad, evil, wicked. So mala, that could be a couple things. Could be feminine singular nominative. Could be a bad woman, a wicked woman, if it were a substantive. Could also be neuter, nominative or accusative, plural neuter. So wicked things, evil things, either the subject or the direct object. So many options, like a kid in a candy store. Sunt, and then all those options just went falling away. So sunt, here we have the third plural present tense of sum, esse, fui, futurus. Those forms are sum, es, est, sumus, estis, sunt. Here we have sunt. So it's a linking verb. We're saying that some got to be neuter. Some plural neuter things, bad things are, some plural neuter bad things are multa bella. Multa, multus aum, much plural many. Once again, could be feminine, but we got this plural sunt here, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's neuter, either nominative or accusative, plural neuter. So bad things are many things, and bella, bella are the things. There's our noun. So bella, from bellum e, neuter, meaning war. So bella, either nominative or accusative, plural neuter, wars. Here's our subject. What are many wars? Multa bella, they are mala. Think of the sunt as the equal sign, and you can draw a line. Whoop. Here's our subject on one side, equals mala. Predicate nominative. It's an adjective. We could Yoda speak it. Wicked are many wars. Or we could say many wars are wicked. Many wars are evil. Evil are many wars. Many wars, the subject, are evil. Septima. Septima. Sententia septima. So non amant malos Dei. Non amant malos Dei. Known, there's our old adverb friend known that negates verbs. That's why it's an adverb. It goes with verbs like amant. Third person plural, present tense of amo, amare, amavi, amatus, to love. Known amant, they do not love, they do not like. Okay, wonder if there's more information. Oh, malos, the next word. Malos, from malus aum, evil, bad, wicked. The os ending, definitely accusative, definitely plural, and definitely masculine. So bad men, wicked people, evil people. Unless there's another noun that malos goes with, I'm going to go ahead and assume this is a substantive. So we're talking about wicked masculine men, or just plural people. And then Dei. Dei closes us out from Deus e masculine male god. Could be genitive. That doesn't really make much sense. Makes more sense to be plural nominative Dei. So the plural nominative, if it's nominative, it's the subject of our verb. The gods do not love wicked men. The gods do not love evil people. Or think back to our example, the good die young, where good, an adjective in English, if you give it the definite article, the good, the adjective becomes a substantive, becomes like a noun, the good, meaning good people. We could do the same thing here. Gods do not love the wicked. Gods do not love the evil. Sounds better as the wicked. Octava. Sententia octava. Navigamos ad multa regna in Asia. So navigamos, first person plural present tense of navigo, navigare, navigavi, navigatus. So to sail. Who's sailing? First person plural, we are. OST mus tisunt. We are sailing. We sail, we are sailing ad, in the direction of, ad motion towards, accusative, multa regna. Multa agrees with regna. Both are accusative, both are plural, and both are neuter, of multus aum and regnum e neuter. So many kingdoms, towards the many kingdoms. In, Takes either the accusative to show motion towards, into, or onto, or in plus the ablative shows location. We have the ablative Asia, from Asia, I feminine, Asia, Asia Minor. So we are in Asia, or at least the kingdoms are in Asia. We are sailing to the many kingdoms in Asia. We are sailing to many kingdoms in Asia. Optime, sententia nona, nona. In agris cum agricolae boni filiis laboras. In agris cum agricolae boni filiis laboras. In plus the accusative motion shows into or onto, or in plus the ablative shows location. Here we have in plus the ablative, plural location of ager, agri, masculine. In the fields, in the farmlands. Cum. Cum means with. Takes the ablative to show accompaniment, ablative of accompaniment. Agricolae. Well, that ain't ablative. Agricolae. So agricolae masculine. This could be a few things. It could be genitive singular showing possession. It could be dative. It's not dative. It could be nominative plural showing the subject. So keep that all those options open. Boni. Oh, could also be all kinds of things. Boni from bonus aon meaning good. It could be genitive singular masculine showing possession, or it could be nominative plural showing the subject. Probably is going to agree with agricolae, but they don't have the same ending. That's fine, they don't need the same ending, but they do need to agree in gender, number, and case, if they are to agree, if the adjective is to go with this noun. Filiis, from filios, e masculine, could be dative. It's not dative. Could be ablative. It's ablative. Why would we have the ablative here? Oh, yes. This preposition cum takes the ablative with the sons. With the sons. Now, why would this preposition that takes this ablative, showing accompaniment, frame, go around, or put like a little parentheses or box around these two words right here, which could be in the genitive? Maybe because they are in the genitive, showing possession. With the sons of the good farmer. With the good farmer's sons, because boni modifies agricolae, with the good farmer's sons, with the sons of the good farmer. Laboras, second person singular, present tense of laboro, laborare, laboravi, laboratus. So second person singular is you. You are working in the fields. That's where you're working, ablative of location, with the sons of the good farmer. You are working in the fields with the good farmer's sons. Optime and demum decima, sententia decima. Here we go. Ab frumentum pugnant Germani contra Gallos. So ob, preposition, has the same meaning as propter, means on account of. Notice the of there, doesn't mean it takes the genitive. Ob and propter take the accusative to mean because of or on account of. So ob, on account of frumentum, frumentum mean neuter. This could be the nominative. It's not nominative. It's going to be the accusative because it goes with this preposition that takes the accusative. On account of grain, because of grain, for the reason of grain. Pugnant, pugnant, third person plural, present tense of pugna, pugnare, pugnavi, pugnatus, to fight. Who's fighting? The Germani. So Germanus From that adjective, we can get the substantives, the nouns Germanus e masculine and Germana I feminine, for a German man and a German woman. So we get the adjective German, Germanus. So Germani, nominative plural masculine. Latin's a sexist language. Masculine takes precedence over the feminine and the neuter. We can translate this not as just German men, but German people. Or we could just say the Germans. So German being an adjective, from that we can get a substantive, a noun, the Germans. So on account of grain, the Germans are fighting. If they're the nominative subject, they're doing the verb. Contra means against, like contradiction, to speak against. Contrary. So against the accusative gallos, from gallus a These are accusative plural masculine Masculine plural things of Gaul, we call those men. Men, masculine plural, men of Gaul. Gallic men, or we could just say the Gauls. So the Germans are fighting against the Gauls on account of grain. On account of grain, the Germans are fighting against the Gauls. Optime! These sentences are starting to get a little bit more complex, a little bit more difficult, but good job. Excellent. You're ready to move on to exercise D, which is parsing English sentences and turning them into Latin. Valete omnes.